I played college basketball, and I also did some crew. I did rowing. Crew is rowing, where I competed because I was super athletic, so the coaches wanted me to play off season. And I did track when I was in St. Lucia. I was born in St. Lucia. So I did track, I did 4x4s, 4x1s, and I did some shot put. Yeah, very good question. And yes?
Who's the best player in Antigua?
The best player? Well, I can tell you, I don't know. Actually, I did hear that there's a female, I didn't get to meet her. She's one of your best players. What is her? Rihanna. That's what you told me about her. Yes, I didn't get to meet. Is there sister? Is that your sister?
This is her brother. This is her
Very cool. So you got some good genes, huh? Very, very cool. And I did meet some wonderful players in wings. I met another young lady. Her name is Timna. I met her yesterday. She's very athletic. I met another small girl your age. She was 9. Her name is Alyssa. She's part of wings also. She was very, very good. And when I got to the court to meet them, they were the first 2 on the court. So I knew that she was going to be athletic because she just wanted to be on the court. And so it's just like everything you do. If you want to do it, when you're sitting and you're waiting for your ride, have the basketball in your hand, dribble. If you want to be a great volleyball player, take the ball, bump, and by yourself, get a ball. That's going to make you better. Kobe Bryant probably takes about 5,000 shots before his game. He comes in the gym about an hour, sometimes 2 hours. If you come to his game, if you're playing him, you're playing Kobe, and you're the other team, and he comes to your home court, and he sees you in the gym, he's going to come to the gym before you. So he can make a statement to you that he wants to be better than you before the shot clock goes off for the game. So it's a mental thing. That's why I say student first and athlete. Because if you can show your competitor that you got it here, you're going to get the most out of the game. Any other questions? Ask away. I know I talk fast, but I move fast, yes?
Does the ball
Say that one more time. Say la la la. Does the ball what?
Does the ball hit damage?
Oh, that's a good question, actually. That's a sports doctor's question. So here's the thing. They call something called concussion. It's a very good question. I don't know how they handle it here, but what happens in New York, and especially youth sports, if you get hit with any ball, even if it's baseball, if you're playing softball, basketball, volleyball, you get hit, if you hit the floor and your coach has to come and get you or your parent gets you up the court, usually you're not allowed to play in certain games. Usually you have to go to a doctor so they can see if you had a concussion. And there's certain things that one of our sports medicine students would know, that if you have a concussion, they won't, even in professional ball, they won't allow you to return until they've cleared you to make sure that you're okay physically so that you don't end up in a worse position. That's a very good question. Give me 2 claps for that. Look at that. We're almost there. Question, give me my ladies. What are my ladies? Talk to me. You know, go ahead. Talk to me.
What's your favorite sport, badminton?
Badminton, that's a very good question. So badminton is similar to volleyball, except you would use a stick for badminton. Badminton is almost like a combination of tennis and volleyball over a net. And so there's a rules, but it's similar. And badminton uses a small little fly. It looks like a ball with a little net underneath it. And basically you have to keep the ball up. Some people play badminton where you can use all sides of the wall. They do a combination of it, but you basically have to keep it over. You have to swing the ball back over to your competitor back and forth, and you can use all areas of the court. The court is a little smaller. The area that you use is smaller than a volleyball, but it's similar to the concept of volleyball. Have you played before? Very cool. Good question. That means you've been exposed, yes?
What's the role of a point guard in a game?
Ooh, that's a very, very close. We like that question, okay? So here's the thing. Most people think point guards are supposed to do all the scoring. The point guard is the most important person on the team. So give me 5. Come on up here. Let's do some showing. Let me get my 5 team. Let me collect my team. Come here. You come over. You can be my shooting guard. Come on up, Yellow. And you can be my point guard. Let's make you the point guard. And I'm going to need, let's get a center. Come on up, center. I'm going to have her be my center or my forward. Come on up. All right, we'll have all 5 of my teammates. We're going to be the centers because we're the biggest, right? So she's going to be our point guard. You'll be my shooting guard. And I'm going to make you another guard. You'll be a guard. And we're going to be the centers or the forwards, okay? Because I want to be a forward because I want to be able to do a lot of other things. Centers are usually the biggest who grab the rebounds. So the guard is responsible for making sure that we all get the ball. Understand that? So usually the guard has a big responsibility because they cannot be selfish. So if my forward is coming down and her and I are coming down the court together, we're expecting this guard to see us. Because how many of you play with people, sometimes you get upset because they never pass you the ball? Wow. Whoa. That means there's not a whole lot of point guards in your friend circle. But the reason why they do it is not because they're selfish, it's sometimes they don't have the skill yet. Because point guard requires being able to see. So she has to see him open for the shot, her open inside the paint looking for that layup, her behind her looking for the 3, and you got to make all that decision. Right? And it's okay to play with 5 point guards. Because you can have a forward that's a great guard. We see it in our big players in the NBA, WNBA. We have big players who can actually be point guards. So the point guards are the decision makers. Everybody say decision makers. Decision makers. So in your class, you can be a point guard. So that means if your classmate, your teammate forgot a notebook, hey, do you need some sheets? Do you need a pencil? That means you're a good point guard because you can see others and help them, right? That's a very good question. Give them 2 claps. Very good. Now I'm taking the next question from one of my ladies. You are not a lady. Girls every day. Talk to me. Any questions for me? We got about 30 seconds, so you gotta talk to me. Whoa, that's a good question. Now, hockey, similar to football, I could compare it to not cricket. Well, in a sense, same concept, but you have a stick in your head and you start at the middle, just like most sports. You have your tip off. You have 2 teams on the field, same concept, and you have a tip-off. Different equipment, of course, different sticks, different thing, and it's the same concept. It's probably closer to soccer, but it's a combination of soccer and football. We're going to football because you have the same teams looking to guard their home net. Okay, and when the tip-off goes off, you have a player, you have a goalie, you have different positions on the defensive line, but very good. Google it. So I don't have much time to get into it, but that's a good. And they are women, there is women hockey in New York. So if you can, again, these are all different sports for you to get into so you can broaden. And the more